Yeah.
No,
She
she
hates doors.
failed the second one, and
one.
Kelian pried
The
it
second
open.
one? Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So either of those methods will work to open the door, but one requires a check and one doesn't. The Vrock is standing in your way, and he's watching as you guys come around the corner again. And so he's standing on top of the destroyed and blown-in door.
Remind me what a rock is?
It's like a vulture demon.
Vulture.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay.
With
They're the
hideous
people
mushroom
that
powers.
try to pick you up and then fly.
He looks wounded. And he's watching you suspiciously as you come around the corner. And he asks you, why have you come calling on Gerzogg?
Who or what's a Gerzogg?
You say, who or what's a Gerzogg?
Yeah.
And he says, the master of this place, the flesh ruiner.
Ah.
Never heard of him. We're looking for somebody else.
He says that the only others here are either slaves or the recently dead.
Does he employ many Doomguard?
The flesh ruiner is above such base trivialities as that.
Do you employ any Doomguard?
You know, the place looks pretty. Let's be real. This place looks like a Doomguard paradise.
The Rock
Riot.
cocks his head to the side, peers back at Kelian and Riot, still standing back in the storage room. Riot says, "What?"
It points out like at all the debris and ruined walls. It's like you guys lost a fight here recently.
Does Riot have a goal in mind when she says that? Like, are you trying to make him
Yeah, this is sort of an intimidation thing. It's
Alright,
like,
make-
you want to lose another one?
go charisma intimidation on that?
Okay. That's a
Large
31. No, wait, intimidation, that might be the one I don't have.
Now you are the flesh ruiner.
Yeah, sorry, that's a 27.
27.
Yeah, that's what Riot says. Looks like you guys lost a fight. Want to lose another one?
The Vrock shrinks back from the words and says, "There's no need for that. Perhaps this worthless and humble servant could buy his safety?"
What do you have for coin?
What do you have for information? You
What do
can
you
go
have
here
for
freely
both?
if you tell us what we need to know.
He asks what you need to know.
You ever heard of a man called Fred?
The
Through the
Vrock
open
says
door.
that regrettably he does not have much personal dealings with the world of men.
How long has this tower been here?
And he says that Gerzogg constructed it very recently. And he says it was a thing of beauty once.
Who blew it up?
And as he's answering your questions, you see him very slowly inching back out of the door. Riot asks who blew it up. The Vrock says that many have become jealous of the might and power that Gerzogg has amassed on the staircase. And he
As
takes another
he's-
step backwards.
As he's taking a step backward, Kelian matches him. He keeps the same amount of distance, but
Yeah, Serenity will move like that too.
Okay. When he sees you guys are following, he stops again. And he says, My, we're very well armed for those who have just guaranteed my safety.
I don't think we have any information yet. Do we, Kelian?
No, I don't think so. It's, part of the business, I suppose.
He's answering our questions, if not the way we wanted. So was it another Tanari who does this? This is interdemon warfare going on?
The Vrock says that you need not worry, for in the battle Gerzogg won much glory.
Why was the tower built here, of all places?
The Vrock answers that it would be remiss for this lowly servant to guess at the machinations of the Flesh Ruiner.
What used to be here? What was here before the tower?
The Vrock says, many, many stairs.
Alright, Riot waves dismisses. Alright, piss off.
Tell him to piss off.
Yeah.
Kelian looks at Serenity and shrugs.
Yeah, try nods.
The Vrock steps back out the door and flexes its wings. You see it does so, it winces in pain a little bit. And before it takes flight, just as it's about to leave the ground, it turns back and asks, have the well-armed masters come to slay the Flesh Ruiner?
I mean, I think prescribing intent before we take actions is silly.
The well-armed masters are here to see what's what.
And it doesn't seem satisfied with the answer, but it presses no more. And eventually it takes flight back up to its roost in the shaft above the main entry room.
Alright, upstairs? If we can get upstairs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Should have told him while he was here to tell anyone he cares about to piss off too.
No, we didn't have a deal with them.
And as you climb these stairs, here, let me not screw this up. I'm not going to click the wrong thing. I'm going to click this button here. That's the button we're going to click.
Mahogany, while
That's
you're
not
doing
the
that,
button we're going to click. That was the
Mahogany
wrong
will
button.
turn to Riot.
I'd like to imagine you giving yourself this pep talk every time you click the button.
I have to say it out loud, otherwise I will screw it up.
Yeah.
Mahogany
Including
will
like,
turn to Riot and say, I don't think this tower has anything to do with Fred if it got here after he was gone.
no, I don't think so either. That's why I was asking what was here before.
Right.
Because they changed the way saving and loading works, so...
And you have to press the right button, yeah.
Okay.
Including when you tweet.
Did you do it, though? We have no way of telling if that was the right button.
Yeah, it's fine. Everything's fine.
I 100%
By the way, I
know
did
you
not
position this.
shift the angle of this map. This is just how it appears in the book.
I'm so upset about this.
Yeah, spatial distortion, we get it.
The spatial distortion is very strange going up here because it doesn't feel like the shaft above you vanishes. It just feels like it just naturally bends away from you as you climb up to the second floor of the tower.
Oh, this is...
You get about halfway up the stairs and you hear... Oh, I gotta look up a name.
such
You
a
hear
charming-
muttering, the sound of something talking to itself. Talking to Bennis. And speaking in common, talking to someone named Bennis. Bennis, we're going to find out what's happened. We're going to find out how to fix the problem. We're going to find out how to heal you and myself. And you hear the mutterings in this way as you climb. The stairs take you up to the next level of the fortress, but not completely out of the carnage. Both the stair and the landing are covered with fallen warriors and fiends. And at the top of the landing here, where it's conveniently labeled statue,
Bush.
is a statue of a winged celestial impaled on a long fiend-headed spike. There's a large opening in the center of the floor that opens down into the floor below. You can see where the dead creature holding its battle axe down in the center of that floor. And in this area of the room, another statuary. But these have all been melted into slag. All of the people in the walls of this area are dead, charbroiled. The moaning of zombies over here where the skull is, as you do. And let me roll for some doors. Hey, not bad.
Not bad, they're doors.
As you come around the corner and take in the grisliness of this statue, you see a shadow of movement dart behind the statue, and you hear the muttering continue, and says, "They're not here for us, Bennis. They're not here to take us."
Riot is going to walk over and say, hello, is someone there?
And Riot
Mm-hmm.
will make a saving throw.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
Yes. Always just make a general saving throw. It doesn't really matter what. No, make a saving throw. Constitution. DC is 13.
Pass that one.
Passed it?
Yeah.
I hope this works. I really hope this works. It worked earlier when I tested it, but we've had problems with the tablet before.
What is this future technology?
So I'd mentioned that the little piece that came with it was a little art booklet called The Visions of War that's filled with art that I'm supposed to show the players at certain parts in the adventure. And this is the creature that you see.
Wait, hold up. Can we update Chrome first?
So if we zoom in on the tablet here.
Using an older version of Chrome. Oh, he's adorable.
So this is the creature you see with its giant bulbous eyes and its flesh just stretched very taut all along its bones.
Is this like a wing?
Tied to one arm with wire is the corpse of a dead bird.
Okay.
And this creature turns around the corner and glares at Riot. And Riot, for a moment, your breath seizes in your throat. And you instinctively avert your eyes from this creature.
Okay.
And it says, "It greets us, Bennis. It greets us, but it's not here to take us."
No, not here to take you. What's your friend is Bennis, and what's your name?
And it continues to talk to the dead bird lashed to its arm and says, "It asks us its name, Bennett, but names is power. Names is power." What are the rest of you doing when you see... I can go ahead and put him on the map, I suppose. Yeah, what's the deal with the rest of you?
I saw Riot do the kind of turn away thing.
Mm-hmm.
So assuming, I'm guessing this has something to do with her unique heritage. I'm gonna let her take the lead on this one.
And this one is not doing anything here. Alright, it's on it.
Serenity and Mahogany. Waiting for the piece. There we go.
I was waiting for you, so...
Serenity and Mahogany continue to climb the stairs. Both of you need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, I love making those.
Do you? Do you really?
No.
23.
Okay, you're fine.
9?
9? That's not going to do it.
9 is pretty high, though.
It's the highest number.
It's Mahogany. Oh my god, that's a pretty good roll. 23 points of psychic damage. As you round this corner, and this thing turns to look at you, you just feel waves of devastation wash over your brain, and you avert your eyes too late. And this headache that forms in your head, it's like your brain is crying out and pressing out against your skull. Kelian, you haven't climbed high enough on the stairs to a point where you've seen this thing yet.
Cool.
But you see
Cover your eyes.
Serenity avert her eyes, and you see Mahogany wince, grunting in pain.
Yeah, and Mahogany says, Kelian, cover your eyes if you're going to come up.
Okay. Kelian will not look at where everyone else is looking
Now,
very deliberately.
here's the difficulty. If you're averting your eyes and not looking at the creature, you're not seeing the rest of the room, which means you're going to have disadvantage on basically anything requiring sight. Meaning you're looking down instead of in front of you.
Right.
And the creature hisses slightly, and it says, "Bennis, are they friendly? Are they here to take us after all?"
And it says, no, we just wanted to know a few things. We're here to find things out.
And the thing says, "Bennis, they come seeking knowledge. A great deal we know. We knows our own name."
How long have you been here in this place?
The thing hisses back at Riot and says, "Aid for aid. I answer a question, and it helps me, it does."
What do you want help with?
And it motions. You can't see it motioning anyway. You're looking at the friggin' stairs. You're
Right.
looking down at your feet.
Yeah.
It says, "Bennis is wounded. Bennis has taken grievous injury. Bennis may die if we do not act."
And he's talking about the dead bird on his shoulder, right?
And that's very likely, yes.
All right.
I'll go for it.
Riot-
Kelian not looking.
Her eyes averted,
Okay.
looks up a bit toward this thing. Still not looking at him, like reaches one hand out and says, "Okay, bring Bennis to me here."
Okay, real quick.
Mhm.
Everybody take 5 points of necrotic damage.
Ugh.
Just being near this thing, you can feel parts of your body breaking apart. You can feel your joints aching. And right, as you step nearer and nearer to it, being very careful not to meet its gaze, you feel that necrosis getting stronger.
Mhm.
And then you say what?
Bring Bennis to me quickly.
And you're aware of movement as the thing moves very close to you. And it says, "It has nothing to fear. It knows that it's ugly, but rude to not look."
All right, and the fishy smell happens, and I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on Bennis.
Okay, then you expend the spell slot, and absolutely nothing happens. The thing's
Yeah,
dead.
I didn't think so. And Riot, kind of like, just goes back to the rest of the party
Okay,
and said, "There, I've healed your friend."
and it follows you.
God,
And it says, "Oh, Cure Wounds, is that a bard spell, or is that a priest spell?"
that's why I said the fishy smell happens.
What was that?
It's the fishy smell happens, so it's a priest spell.
Okay, so you didn't have to sing to make it happen.
Nope.
And it says, "Make a stink it did, but help it did not, Bennis. Friendly they're not, Perhaps they are here to take us.
All right, if he's that close, Kelian's not going to be able to help himself, and he'll have to look.
He'll have to look, then you can make a
Yeah.
Constitution saving throw.
Yeah, this is going to suck.
And the success of that is that you look away, right? Like, it's not like you look at it then
Oh.
after that.
Oh, it's a 9.
A 9.
A 9.
That's what I rolled, and I rolled a 2.
But I didn't roll quite as high of damage for Kelian. Kelian, you take 14 points of psychic damage as you look up and this thing snaps and meets your gaze, and this splitting headache just racks your brain. You're not sure how much of this thing's gaze you can possibly take, and you look back down again. So let me know if anybody wants to look at the thing again so we can re-roll saving throws.
Right.
Okay.
Now, is this looking at the guy or looking at the thing on his shoulder?
At him, at the creature.
Okay.
No, the thing on his shoulder is just a dead bird corpse.
Okay.
It's just a bird.
And the thing is continuing to mutter to his bird, turning over in his own head out loud through his own thoughts, whether you're here friendly, whether you can aid him and figure out what went wrong, or whether you're enemies. He's not sure. He's trying to figure it out.
I've done all I can for Bennis. Please answer my question.
And it says, Bennis is still sick. Bennis is not fixed. Are you, Bennis? Bennis says the wounds are too deep. The illness too strong. And you did nothing to help.
Kelian rubs his forehead.
Everybody go ahead and take 5 points of necrotic damage. This is one of my favorite pieces of artwork from the Blood War book, by the way. This,
Serenity is going to take out
Such
one
a
of her
friendly
good
looking
berries
guy.
yeah,
and, not looking at the creature, move towards it,
okay.
eyes on the floor, and then reach out and try and shove it down Bennis's mouth. This should help.
That's going to be incredibly difficult without looking or explaining what it is you're trying to do.
Yeah, no, she's going to try.
Okay. And you walk up, and the thing seems to resist. It says, Bennis, it tries to grab you. Will you be kidnapped? Because he thinks
make
when you're
check of
motioning
some
forward,
sort
he
or-
thinks you're trying to grab his bird. And he pulls away from you.
Can I feed it the berry faster than he pulls away?
You can't. Not without looking or trying or restraining him in some way.
I'm not against looking at him.
Not against looking at him. Okay, then yeah, go ahead and make that Constitution save again.
He's all day.
What do you
gonna
think
make-
this is going to accomplish?
Oh, no,
I'm
I
gonna
can't.
cast-
Didn't make it.
No, I rolled a 1.
Oh, roll 1. How much did you fail it by?
I mean, that's a 9.
Yeah, see,
The
9.
highest
That's
of all possible saving throws.
9 is the most you can roll, Bricker, and I don't know what you want from us.
9 is the highest it goes. 10 points of psychic damage. And you managed to get the good berry inside of the bird's very obviously dead beak. And I mean, you kind of set it in there, and nothing happens. The bird's still very
He probably
dead.
just needs to eat.
And the
Right,
thing
it-
says, mistaken I was. Bennis, it tries to feed you. Bennis, are you hungry? Bennis prefers meat.
Riot is still, I think, within distance of it. He can still reach out and touch, right?
Yes, you're standing within 5 feet of it.
Okay. I'm going to cast Greater Invisibility on this thing
Okay.
so that we don't have to, like, avert our eyes constantly.
Okay. That's...
It doesn't get a save. It just happens.
This happens.
According to, yeah, like you or a creature you touch becomes an
Because why would you ever use that on a hostile creature?
Right.
He's not hostile.
Medusa.
If he was hostile, you'd have rolled initiative by now.
All right. And
Yeah, and
Riot
the
is
creature
gonna look-
and all everything, the rags he's wearing and the bird lashed to his arm become invisible.
and Riot's going to look at where he was.
Okay. And you're not sure if it's noticed that it's invisible or not. It's still muttering to Bennis about whether it's hungry and whether it would like some meat.
But at least we can have a conversation now, apart
Okay.
from all the necrotic damage.
With the empty air in front of you.
Right.
That's most of the conversations Riot has.
Yeah.
So what does Riot say?
Riot says, we don't have a lot of ability to help your friend right now, but maybe we could find something in the tower. We might be able to find something that would help if you can give us a little bit of information about it.
And you hear the raspy voice respond. Bennis, it says it can help, perhaps, but doesn't know how. Bennis, I think it lies. Bennis, this place is made of lies.
Yeah, but we don't come from here.
Right. We're not from here. We're here to oppose the flesh ruiner.
Downstairs, you hear, I know it!
Yeah. Whatever.
It's like, his name's Fred. He's a Doomguard and he's plotting. Remember that scene in Labyrinth where they're walking by the walls talking to them, and Hogg was like, shut up, I've heard it. So you say you're here to oppose the Flesh Ruiner.
Mhm.
And the thing says, and this is the most clear statement you've heard from it, says, I too stood against the Flesh Ruiner once.
Is that how Bennis got sick?
And it says, Bennis, it asks about your illness, but we do not know the sickness. We do not know the source.
I have a pretty good idea of what's afflicting Bennis. That's Kelian muttering to himself.
And the thing's probably glaring at Kelian, but it's invisible, so it's fine.
Well, that's
Everybody go ahead and take 5 points of necrotic damage.
Yeah, 5 points. Yeah, that seem out. Yeah.
Yeah, you like that? This isn't
Right,
a homebrew creature, by the way. This is right out the book.
yeah. Riot's gonna message Serenity
Okay.
and say, "This is getting us nowhere, and it's hurting. Should we drop this?"
Down the stairway?
Riot wastes another message. It says, "No. Should we drop this whole pretense of helping Bennis? Is it time to do something about this guy?"
I believe there's a doctor who came in down the stairs with us, but he wasn't able to make it up. You should go bring Bennis to him.
And you hear
A
the
bird
voice.
doctor.
Make a deception check.
You didn't let me
Charisma
make
deception.
any of those before.
You what?
You didn't let me make a single one of those.
You didn't lie directly to his face before. You
That's
were
an 8.
casting spells and putting good berries in him. That's an 8?
Yep.
Well,
The 8 wins, believe it or not.
It was what I was supposed to do?
The thing says, Bennis, it brought healers with it. It did. It brought healers and they're downstairs. But do we trust it, Bennis? Do we go with them, or are they enemies?
Play this up a bit. Can I respond to message or not?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what you get back. Play this up a bit. Get him out of here.
Yeah, right. It says we came through a portal downstairs that will lead to the exit. You might be able to find some people there.
And the voice says, a portal, Bennis. They say it's a portal. We will ask them to take us. We will ask them to show us it's not a trap. We will not be kidnapped, Bennis. We will not be taken. And you're aware of the shuffling or movement as it moves closer into the center of the group, but does not descend down the stairs.
Riot. Okay, this seems cruel. This plan that I just came up with, but whatever. Riot leads this guy downstairs.
Okay.
Is that Vrock still around?
I mean, when you go all the way to the bottom of the stairs and look up into the 100-foot shaft, you see the beady little eyes way up in the top.
Okay. How far away from me is he?
He being the Vrock?
Yes.
He's way on a hook, way at the top, in the darkness. Your light does not penetrate that high. You can just see his eyes in the darkness.
Okay.
So about 100 feet away, probably. 90, 100 feet. He's
Alright,
way up there.
This plan isn't even going to work. And I would have known that before.
Yeah.
I would have known
You're not a cipher. You're fine.
Yeah. What I was thinking about was going downstairs and using seeming on the Vrock to make him look like a doctor, and then just leave this guy to his fate as he approached the quote unquote doctor.
Okay.
But now I don't know what to do, except for take a whole bunch more necrotic damage.
Anybody else have anything?
Drop the invisibility. Do I have
Right.
anything left on the message?
Yeah, you didn't even respond to me.
Yeah.
Riot looks away and motions for the others to do the same and drops the
Everyone else, like kind of under a breath. Everyone else, close your eyes.
I feel like I don't have to ask, but does anybody not do that?
Serenity doesn't, obviously.
Serenity doesn't, so she's going to take the brunt
Yep.
of it again? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, go ahead and make that Constitution save.
There we go. That's higher than a 9. That'd be a 22.
That'll do it. And yeah, the invisibility drops, and it doesn't even look like the thing noticed that it was invisible.
Grabbing the bird from its shoulder.
You grab it?
Yep.
I mean, are you taking it off the shoulder?
Yep.
And
slip it through the wire.
okay. Let's roll initiative.
Oh, wow.
Riot, what'd you get?
15. I was halfway expecting Bennis to also show up on that.
Kelian.
24.
I really like what I still rolled though.
And Serenity.
Serenity acts at 21.
And Mahogany.
6.
Now, this might be a dumb question,
Yeah.
but Serenity, you didn't tell anybody what you were about to do.
No. I told them to close their eyes.
Okay. Kelian, you're surprised. Serenity, your action.
Grab the bird off the shoulder.
You just wrench it off.
Yep.
Make a strength check.
You got it.
I don't foresee any problem here, but...
It would be a 17.
17? Okay. And the bird's legs snap as you grab the thing off, and you grab this rotting bird carcass off the thing's shoulder. And the thing cries out as you do.
Bennis, come with me. We have to get you to that doctor. 25 feet down the stairs.
25 feet down the stairs?
Yep.
Okay. Roll a d6.
Serenity has 25 feet of movement.
That's his.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. I was thinking you only had 30. Okay. Riot, you're surprised.
Mm-hmm.
Bennis's friend is surprised. Mahogany's surprised. The Mimic is surprised. Kelian, you're up. Your eyes are closed. You have a pretty good idea of what just friggin' happened, though.
Yeah, okay.
See, I dispute that because that implies that Serenity is predictable in any way.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, you heard the thing get grabbed, and then you heard Serenity's footfalls. Like, it's really easy to intuit what just happened. No, if Serenity was predictable in any way, nobody would have been surprised.
I'm gonna just shoot the dude.
Just gonna you're done. Okay, you're rolling
Yeah.
at disadvantage unless you're looking at him.
Unless I'm what?
Unless you're looking at him, you're rolling at disadvantage.
I really can't afford to look at him again, so
It's very expensive.
Mhm.
I mean, that might be one of the worst rolls I've ever seen in my life. That
Eh,
But he's a zombie, so it's okay.
and Kelian says, Kelian says, "Wow, it's a good thing she grabbed Bennis because they're attacking Bennis, trying to save him."
What?
Yeah,
moving or staying put?
staying put.
Staying put. I mean, that's impressive. That was good. Serenity, your action.
Thank you.
Move another 25 feet down the stairs. Come on, Bennis, we have to go. That healer's might leave soon.
Okay.
Get me to there.
Riot.
I'm gonna move around here.
Oh, actually, I'm sorry. Kelian, 5 points of necrotic damage. Now Riot.
Okay. Do I also take the 5 points?
Not yet. You will if you end
Alright.
your turn close enough to him.
Okay. Well, I'm hoping that doesn't happen because I'm going to cast Dissonant Whispers.
Okay. Does he have to make a save? Is that the idea here?
Yeah, wisdom save.
19.
Yeah, it passes. So, now he's going to take the half damage.
And this is psychic damage, right?
That's right.
Okay.
I have to remember this. Okay, D6s. That was wild. Whoa. I just saw the text just like pop up as I was putting the dice out. That's half of 11, so 5.
Okay. And moving or staying put?
Let's see. 1. I did 2. I have 2 more. I'll do 2 more.
Okay. He is going to go ahead and use his reaction.
Yeah.
AC 10's not going to do it.
No.
Okay. And you didn't move further than 20 feet, right?
No, I moved 20 feet. Wait,
Very good.
did I? Let's see, I was here. 2, 3. Yeah.
Yeah, you're fine. Okay. The thing is still, it's crying out about how you people are murderers and kidnappers. Riot.
Mm-hmm.
Need a Constitution saving throw. DC is 13.
Okay. All right, pass.
Pass. You're still going to take damage. 24, cut that in half to 12 necrotic damage. And you feel this. Is it necrotic? It's necrotic damage, yes.
Yep.
Even though you're not looking at it, even though you haven't met its gaze again, somehow you know that it's staring at you and that its eyes, its gaze is just boring holes through your flesh and your muscle and your bones.
Okay.
And Mahogany, you could take a swing at it if you want, as it heads down the stairs after casting its gaze at Riot.
No, that's fine.
No?
Yeah.
You can do it without looking at it if you take it at disadvantage.
I don't really feel the need.
If only you had like a magic sword.
If I wanted to hit this thing, I could. I got this big stick.
Yeah. Let's bring us to... Oh, it's Mahogany's turn.
Alright. And, I'm gonna head over here. And I'm gonna hit him with Thorn Whip. I'm not gonna look at him. I'm just gonna roll at disadvantage.
Roll disadvantage.
That's okay.
So you were willing to attack him, but not to hit him with an OA.
Yeah.
Huh, okay.
And that's 17.
17 will hit.
And I'm going to do 3d6 damage.
Okay.
That's 5 damage. But hold up, I'm also going to pull him 10 feet closer to me.
So you're going to grab him with a thorn whip and drag him
Off the stairs, yeah.
off the banister. Okay. Let me do a quick calculation, quick and dirty calculation in my head here. Let's call that 20 feet of falling, because the floor is about 40 feet apart. And the thing's raspy voice cries out. Good news is, Mahogany, you've ended your turn far enough away from you don't take any necrotic damage.
Yeah.
Bad news is, Serenity, you're now within enough range to take necrotic damage from it on your next turn. But it is laying prone on the ground as Mahogany drags it over the banister and drops it.
Good luck with Dennis. Mahogany heads over here. Right, let's just go.
Kelian.
I'm going to run over to the side of the banister and shoot downward at it.
Shoot downward at it? Okay.
Now, I'm not looking, so I get disadvantage.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Because it's prone, do I get advantage?
No, you actually get double disadvantage.
Yeah.
Double
Shooting something
disadvantage?
prone is also disadvantage.
Excellent.
Roll
I'm gonna
7
roll-
d20s and take the lowest.
All right. That is a...
So what?
13.
13 does not hit. If you end your turn there, you will take the necrotic damage. That's also
What
not
about
far
there?
enough away. One more square. There you go. That'll do it.
Just leave. Just
20 feet up, 10 feet away is where you want to be.
Alright.
If you put yourself back up against that banister like that, then you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Serenity.
All right. Describe the lower floor for me real quick again.
Sure.
Like, how close am I to the entrance at this point?
You are, let me think. Probably the entrance door that you came in is about 10 or 15 feet behind you at this point, up to the north area along this wall here.
Okay. And what's the spiral staircase? Is it just like raised off the ground, or does it have like are there supports under it that this is effectively a wall on the first floor?
It's effectively a wall, but you can't see anything like the second floor. Like where this statue is, which would be an overhang, you can't see this overhang. When you look up into the empty space, you're seeing the 100-foot shaft with the Vrock perches.
Okay. So I will first throw the dead bird out the door. Fly, Menace, be free. See the doctor.
Okay.
And then let's find out how bad this can actually get. 5, 10, 15, 20, and then climb the entire height up to here. So that would be about...
You can't.
Oh,
Yeah,
I can't?
no, you can't climb this overhang because it doesn't physically exist for you.
Can
If
I
you
climb up and over the banister?
No,
to
you
here?
can't. If you do any climbing at all, you're climbing up into the Vrock shaft from there. This is an Escher space.
Okay. Well, let me... 5, 10...
That's-
I'm just going to take the...
Yeah, that falls
30,
under the heading
35,
of player
40,
would have known
45.
this.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
65. That's my full movement, so whatever
Okay.
the hell happens, happens.
So, first of all, move 25 feet.
Anyone who dies is
sure.
dead.
So I was here. Okay.
That's 25, and you're trying to end up like up here?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So, how many squares away is that?
5. He was trying to double move.
5? Okay. I'll explain after the session what kind of calculations I'm doing here, because I'm interested to see what kind of feedback I get on this. But I don't want to reveal it just yet. Okay, here we go. 3, 4, 5. 5, 5, 6, 6, 5. Okay. And you end up here on the bottom floor. You could have swore you dashed up the stairs, but the bending and twisting of space is disorienting and it's racking your head, and you just end up running in a circle.
Okay.
Take 5 points of necrotic damage. That does not count towards the slashing and piercing I need to keep track of, though.
Okay.
All right. Riot.
Riot feels bad for this guy, but also wants to get away, but also is worried about Serenity. There's a lot going on in this fight. Let's see. Trying to look at my spell list again.
I still say we eventually leave and then send the Bleakers in here. It's what they're for.
I feel like I have not done enough with the Bleakers in this campaign.
Dude, Mahogany has recommended several times that we just send crazy people to the Bleakers under the idea of that's what the Bleakers are for.
Riot is just going to... He's within 60 feet, I think.
He is probably right at the very edge of 60 feet.
Then she can target him with Vicious Mockery.
You don't need line of sight for that? You have to be able to see him?
He just has to be able to hear me.
All right. What could you
I do
possibly
need to
mock
know-
this guy with?
Yeah.
Some very unkind things about Bennis.
That's so mean. All
Yeah.
right. That's
Your
going to
bird's dead and is never coming back.
be a 15 on that save.
That doesn't do it.
Okay, go ahead and give me the damage.
Okay. I'll pull the D4s. And I've been rolling my cantrip damage wrong. Got an extra dilate recently.
Oh, that's at like a level 11?
Yeah. I'm now at level 11.
11's a good level.
This is 8 damage of psychic, and he's got disadvantage on the next attack.
Okay.
Not that I think he's making attacks, but yeah.
Okay. And you're going to head into that storage room?
Let's see what's up.
Implements of torture, barrels of water. Anything marked storage that has the same description as that first storage room.
Okay.
Anything marked bush is a very important bush.
It's actually a plant monster.
Right. Serenity. Please make a Constitution saving throw. DC's 13.
Made it.
Made it? Okay. $24 necrotic damage. You can cut that in half and take 12. As you can, once you feel this thing's gaze just burning into your flesh, as it slowly heads towards the door, slowly but cautiously. Is the intent at this point to let this thing, because it looks like it's moving towards the door where you threw the bird corpse, is the intent to just let it leave?
Serenity's intent.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know why everyone else bothered attacking the
Yep.
thing. Just let it leave.
I wasn't attacking it. I was debuffing.
No, that's fair.
Okay. So
I
let's
saved its life by getting it away from Kelian.
let's actually go ahead and play it out though, because this could still get interesting yet. Mahogany.
Yeah, Mahogany, if this thing is heading towards the front door, Mahogany has zero interest in killing it.
Okay.
So he heads over to Riot to look in and go, yep, garbage.
Yeah, nothing.
Well, you don't know it's garbage. Nobody's searched the room yet. You just glanced into it.
It's filled with a bunch of torture shit.
Yeah.
Mahogany actually is just curious about something that might come up in a minute.
Okay. Kelian, you're moving even though it's very clearly the Mimic's turn?
Sorry, what?
You're moving even though it's very clearly the Mimic's turn?
Yep.
Okay, well, the statue is the Mimic, so no. You're just stepping there, that's it? You're not taking another shot?
That's it, yeah.
Serenity.
Yep. Just move without getting spatial distorted this time.
Okay. Riot.
Do I want to search this room? Yeah, not really.
It's a pretty gross room.
Yeah. There we go. I'm curious about something, but also too afraid to test it.
It's going to bring us to Mahogany.
I'm just gonna stay with Riot.
Okay.
At this point, Mahogany's treating this as if we are off initiative.
Yeah, you can do that if you want. Kelian.
No, I just wanted to explain my actions.
No, it makes sense. It makes sense from your perspective. And Serenity.
Got any more of those good berries? Oh.
And Mahogany will say, at this point, it's more efficient to just use healing.
Yeah,
Riot. Your action.
Okay. Wait. It's here. Yeah. Can I move here? Is this a space? This looks space-ish.
Yeah, if the square is like predominantly white, you can move on to it.
I just want to see what's inside here.
Check into that room there. Let me see how much of this room I can give you, my friend. So, this room has a number on it. That's probably bad. Let me get my description here.
Can I ask you something else?
Sure.
I know this is a people door because you got the red on it.
Mm-hmm.
These other ones are not open; they're just dead bodies.
Either dead or zombies, yes.
Okay, gotcha.
Well, I mean, zombies are dead, but you get what I mean.
Yeah. Non-animate dead.
Make a wisdom check at disadvantage. You know what? Let's call this wisdom perception.
Okay. That's decent, I think. Isn't perception already wisdom?
Yeah,
it is. Okay. This turns into a 23.
Okay. Do you recall the leaders of the Planeswalkers when you met them?
Yeah, I have notes on them.
There was the Minotaur, Thrain.
Was there a warrior?
He had his...
There's Thrain, Vegas was some kind of Aarakocra. There was Kayert, the one that we...
The thief.
Rescued. And then there was Chavinista.
Looking in this room, the room itself is trashed. There are people, of course, lining the walls and floors, some alive, some dead, some undead. But there's a creature in the center of this room. You know, let's just go ahead and put him on the map, because I get the feeling you're probably going to try to attack him. And this is alive. I mean, you saw the zombies downstairs and their twisted, smeared flesh that's just wrong. Same thing has happened to this poor bastard, but he's not dead. He's not a zombie. And you can see somewhere in his face bone protruding out of the top of his head like horns and a longish snout, but the skin has been pulled way back and is taut. And to the point where he can't blink his eyes. The eyes have gone glassy and hard.